In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up the DJI Mic 2 to get the best audio possible, every setting, what it does, and what you should actually choose. Now, the Mic 2 can work completely on its own if you just want to record audio, but it doesn't have its own screen. So to see and change the Mic 2's internal settings, you need to connect it to another device that acts as what's called a receiver. Some Mic 2 packages include a standalone receiver unit, like this one here. But if you own a Pocket 3 or most other DJI devices, you don't need a separate receiver, because that device acts as the receiver itself, handling everything that a separate unit otherwise would have. In this video, I'm connecting the Mic 2 to the Pocket 3, and we're going to be covering all of the essential settings which you might not be using, but you should be. So first, let's start by getting them connected. Turn on the camera and the Mic 2. Swipe down from the top of the screen and choose Settings in the bottom left. Select Wireless Mic and tap Wireless Mic 1. Hold down this pairing button on the side of the mic until the light starts flashing quickly, and then just wait. It should connect automatically in a few seconds. When connected, you'll see this green bar at the top here. You want it to ideally be staying green and not going red, because otherwise your audio may clip, which basically means it will be too loud and your recorded audio will have distortion and sound bad. But I'm going to show you how to deal with that in a moment. So let's go back into settings. Monitor volume is how loud the volume is when headphones are connected to the 3.5mm socket on the top. You can do this to monitor how the audio that the mic is receiving sounds. I never use this feature, but if you do, you can adjust it as needed. LED and vibration are just personal preference, and audio to video sync, you can leave this on. Audio can be synced later in editing, so these really don't matter much, so you can just leave them alone and be done with it. Low cut filter, you can leave this off. It's to reduce low frequency sounds like aircon or PC fans. I would recommend that you don't use this. It's better to deal with the source of the noise directly by, for example, turning something off if you can. But otherwise, most editing software has ways of dealing with this in post-production. And now what I consider to be the most important setting, 32-bit float recording. Always have this on. Normally, when you record audio, you have to set your input levels carefully. Too quiet and you lose detail, too loud and the sound distorts in a way that you simply can't fix afterwards. That distortion is called clipping, and once it's in the recording, it's there permanently. 32-bit float essentially removes that problem. It captures such a wide range of sound that whether someone whispers or something unexpectedly loud happens, like door slams or a large truck drives past, the recording handles it without distorting. And this is important. The 32-bit audio is recorded into the mic's internal memory, so you will find the files there. Any audio recorded onto the Pocket 3 is not 32-bit float, so use the audio file from the DJI Mic's memory when editing. Okay, let's move on to auto power off. This doesn't matter, I have mine on just to save battery if I forget to turn it off. And format. You can format the transmitter and this will wipe the mic's recorded audio files. But I don't use this ever. I just move the files over to my PC when I'm editing rather than copying them over, which clears them from the mic's memory anyway. But note also that if your mic's memory fills up while recording, it should remove the oldest files automatically while you're recording to make room for your new recordings anyway. Now, back in the settings menu, scroll down until you see built-in mic audio backup. I like to have this on. Normally when you record audio to the Pocket 3 internally, the audio is recorded as part of the video file in a compressed AAC format, which results in a loss of quality. Enabling built-in mic audio backup creates a separate audio in the WAV format, and this is an uncompressed raw audio file that maintains the quality of the original recording. So if something goes wrong with your mic's internal recording, you still have a high quality backup to work with, recorded internally to the Pocket 3. It's not 32-bit float, and it does of course take up more space on the Pocket 3's SD card, but it has saved me on a couple of occasions when I thought I was recording on the mic but hadn't hit record. Okay, we're done in this section, but some other important things to know are in a different menu. So go back to the main screen, swipe right to left this time, and when Mic 2 is connected to the Pocket 3, we want to select this small icon here, which is the Mic 2's additional settings. Here we want to select mono. If you only have one mic, it won't record in stereo anyway, no matter which setting that you choose here. To record in stereo, you need two mics recording simultaneously and separated from each other at least a small distance. Then they pick up sound at slightly different times to each other, depending on what direction it's coming from, just like our ears do. Transmitter gain we want to set to 0. When in 32-bit float, the way sound is captured is equalized out between low and high volume sounds anyway, so we shouldn't need to worry about gain here really. For mute transmitter, we'll choose off of course, otherwise nothing will get recorded. Noise reduction will also set to off. If you click once on the power button on the mic, you'll see that you can turn noise reduction on and off on the mic itself. And we see noise reduction status changing in the menu here also. On the mic, a solid blue light shows when the mic is on and connected. When we enable noise reduction, it becomes a solid yellow light. So let's go over to the mic functions now. The record button begins recording. Holding it for 2 seconds causes the LED on the mic to turn green, and this means that the mic is now disconnected from the Pocket 3 and is operating as a standalone mic. Recordings going through the mic will now be made only to the internal memory of the mic itself. Holding the button for 2 seconds again gives us a blue light, and the mic is now reconnected to the Pocket 3 or other device. Then we have the data port, which is for charging, file transfers, and updating the firmware through the DJI Mimo app. On the other side, we have the link button. We've already seen how to use this to link the mic to the camera, but it does more than that. When connected to another device like the Pocket 3, and the Pocket 3's in video mode, we'll see that if we press the link button once, recording will start on the Pocket 3. The red light on the mic also indicates that recording is being made to the mic's internal memory. Pressing the button again stops recording on both devices. This also works for taking photos when photo mode is selected on the camera. Super useful for taking a photo or video when you're at a distance away from the camera. Basically, you're using the mic as a remote for the camera. It's a great feature to have. The power button is used to power the device on and off by holding it down. A quick press on it enables or disables noise reduction. Okay, so you've now set up your Mic 2 to have the best audio settings possible and know where to find everything in the future if you need to change something. If this video has been useful, help me reach more people by hitting like, commenting with any thoughts or questions that you might have, and sharing the video. Also subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and check out this video where I'll show you how to enhance your audio in seconds using Adobe Podcast, or this one if you're thinking about buying a camera but aren't sure which one's right for you. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.